What's going on, my friends? It's your Cardano friend Jack here, and in today's episode we're going to be talking NFTs and how you can use them to potentially avoid volatility in the crypto markets. First things first though, I want to let you guys know that NFTs are not a sure thing, and it really does come down to which NFTs you own. Every series, every drop is going to have their own unique meaning and also their own unique aspects. So it's important to understand what makes a project work and why a project would be doing good. In this video, I'm going to show you 3 projects that I think are going to do well based on my discretion, and we're going to go from there. But make sure you guys, if you're not going to spend your ADA on NFTs and you have leftover ADA, make sure you're staking it to earn more ADA. So then you can maybe, buy some NFTs in the future with that extra free passive ADA. First things first though, I want to talk about, are NFTs a bubble, right? That's the main question on everyone's mind, because when we're looking at NFTs in Cardano, in Ethereum land, everywhere, there's a lot of NFTs selling for millions and millions and millions of dollars. But the thing is, I don't think it's a bubble. I really don't. And neither does this tweet thread, right? There's a lot of reasons for that. But if you look at the scarcity factor of luxury items, things like watches, cars, and bags, there is trillions of dollars going into these assets, trillions of dollars. And here we go down to something like NFTs, where you can not only own something that is unique, rare, and scarce, but you can own it and fractionalize it. You can make it out to multiple people who own it. You can't do that with a handbag. You can't do that with a Lambo. And it's just not as simple to do that with, say, something like paintings or, anything else of that matter. NFTs open a whole new world to this space. So that's why we're looking at it today. And that's also why you can use them to avoid volatility in the cryptocurrency markets. Now, there's always going to be volatility in something that appreciates in value quite a bit. But in the case of NFTs, when the price is going down, the value or the floor prices for these NFTs stay pretty much the same. Yes, that often means that they are losing value by the dollar, but in terms of how much Cardano they're worth or Ethereum, they often don't go down, but they only go up, or they stay the same. It does depend on the projects. Certain projects are not going to execute as well, and they could not do as well. So you have to make sure that you're investing in projects that are, thinking long term and also making it scarce for the people holding those projects. So what do I mean by that? Well, the first thing I mean is that projects who have dropped NFTs and have done so before smart contracts here on Cardano, they're going to be much more scarce because they're originals. They're kind of the first to do their things, and those projects alone are something to look at and keep in mind going forward in the CNFT space. Now, don't worry, I'm going to tell you 3 projects I am looking at and why I like them, and also why I think they're going to go up in value. But keep in mind that smart contracts are not here yet, as I just mentioned. And with the, smart contracts coming into play, there's going to be much more possibilities for people to make really high quality NFT projects. And there's going to be so many more opportunities to come in the next year or so. And it's going to be quite wild. So getting in on this now, getting interested in NFTs now is a really good idea to be able to get ahead of all the other people who in a year or two, when they look back at people making, hundreds of thousands of dollars for an NFT sale, to $1 million even, getting in now is a good idea just to look. And also you get to keep pretty cool pieces of art in a lot of situations, which is another great aspect of it. You have something to show for it. It's not just, currency. And yes, technically anyone can own these things, but you really own them. Someone can have the exact copy of your thing, but they don't actually own it. Now, this is a controversy we're not going to talk in this video about, but smart contracts are coming, and it's going to make decentralized marketplaces for NFTs. People are going to be selling, buying, making more scarcity, upping the prices and the valuations as we go along and as things start to explode like they have been on the Ethereum network. CryptoPunk selling to Visa for $500,000, or CryptoPunk selling to an anonymous person for $5 million worth of Ethereum. So what are we looking at? What are the 3 projects? Why have you guys been watching this video? Well, the 3 projects we're going to be looking at today are SpaceBudz, DEADPXLz, and Politikoz. Now, these are 3 projects on Cardano that are out right now. One of them you can buy right now. One of them is completely sold out. and one of them has a second drop coming for their NFTs. Now, all these 3 projects that I'm looking at here are projects with 10,000 unique NFTs in mind. A lot of different projects do things differently, but these 3 projects on Cardano are 10,000 unique, somewhat avatar-based projects where you could see people running around with a CryptoPunk. You're going to be seeing people run around with SpaceBudz on Cardano, or DEADPXLz, or Politikoz. And I'm going to tell you why I like each project now, but first things first, we're going to take a look at the sales from CNFT.io, which is a aftermarket marketplace. So after people buy them from the NFT drops, their websites, they go here and they can trade them or sell them and buy them, right? So here's the SpaceBudz project. This is the first one we're going to go over, and there's a very good reason why it was successful. There's a lot of good reasons, but mainly because they were the first in the space, and they're really set the golden standard for being able to have NFTs on Cardano without smart contracts. It was pretty crazy, it was pretty amazing, and the way they did their drop was super easy and simple, which no one else had done before. And they also have some great art, which we're going to check out in a sec. But look, it's only been a few months since SpaceBudz was released, right? And we are at 1.1 million in ADA volume traded in the last month alone, because CNFT.io, the marketplace, has only been up for a month, not even. 1.1 million ADA in volume. So that's 784 sales, but 1 million ADA in a month for this top project on Cardano. And this is a project that I expect to only go up from here. And this is going to allow you to avoid volatility essentially if the price of these NFTs are to go up. I don't own any SpaceBudz myself because the floor for them right now to get your hands on one is around 800 ADA. But the other 2 projects I'm going to mention are much more accessible to the average Joe, so stay tuned. But let's go ahead and look at SpaceBudz. So this is essentially what they are, 10,000 unique SpaceBudz, and it's a pretty awesome project. I gotta say, it's simple, it's fun, and there's lots of different things that are scarce and rare. You can even see how much or how rare something is by going to this page and looking at everything. You can see there's only 8 dinos out of 10,000. So there's lots of scarcity factors, there's lots of unique factors, and there are lots of people going for certain things, which creates a great marketplace to sell after you buy them and for them to appreciate in value. Now, that's SpaceBudz. I'm going to leave the link to SpaceBudz and the other projects down in the description so you guys can check them out. And also, remember to follow them on Twitter. I'll leave all their Twitter handles in the description because Twitter's where all the updates go mainly. But let's look ahead and see some other top CNFT projects in terms of volume on the aftermarket marketplace, CNFT.io. So the next one we're going to look at actually just dropped their first official season of 3,000 NFTs, 3,333 DEADPXLz, all right? And their first season, season 1, sold out in 72 hours. So that's over 3,000 NFTs sold in 72 hours. Each one sold for 35 ADA. Now keep in mind, this is not over. DEADPXLz is a collection of 10,000, and they've sold around 3,500 now, I believe, between season 0 and season 1. So there's still over half the collection to be sold. And I really do think DEADPXLz is going to be one of those projects that does things right and help. And those holders who are holding DEADPXLz, I believe they're going to go up in value. Now, I own 7 DEADPXLz myself. So obviously, I'm in this. I'm completely biased, and you should always buy things that you like, to be honest with you, because if you buy things that you like and they don't go up 10 times in value, you're not going to be as upset. If you're just looking to make money, you're going to have to probably go out of that scope of comfort of what you like, which is not what I really like to do. So proceed with caution, I must say, but there is a lot of value to be had in NFTs, avoiding volatility and appreciating in value more than the price would of your investment in Cardano, because NFTs have that tribalism, that antique-like collector's edition, and you can also brag to everyone and show your status that I'm an NFT owner, I own this rare NFT, and I'm cool. But what is DEADPXLz and why do I think it's so good? Well, first of all, there's a reason they sold out in 72 hours. Not only do they give 20,000 ADA away to people who bought DEADPXLz in the drop, which is crazy, 3 different draws, but they also have a system where you can interact with your NFTs. You can not only, on SpaceBudz, you can go in here and see how rare they are, but on DEADPXLz, you can just click on them. So you go to them, you can just double click on your SpaceBud and see how rare it is. So out of 10,731 have an eye patch, my guy has an eye patch. So it's like that for every DEADPXL. And it's one of the main reasons I think DEADPXLz is going to do really well. Their drop was really good. And also the way they display things, and they've done something new because no one else has done this before, interactive NFTs. It's a really good indicator that they're going somewhere innovative in the future. And I believe the people behind DEADPXLz, or rather the one person, is going to be able to make this very successful and continue this kind of awesome interactive drops with really cool NFTs in the long-term side of things. Okay, one more project that I have my eyes on. And you're going to keep in mind that DEADPXLz, released about 5 days ago, is the 13th most sold and traded ADA volume sales on the NFT marketplace, CNFT.io. So that's already something that is indicating there's demand for these, and we're only 5 days in, okay? We're only 5 days into their drop, and there's that much demand. I mean, that's a really good indicator, right? Now, right 2 spots up from DEADPXLz is Politikoz. And Politikoz is a great project too, with 22,000 ADA volume in sales, but they also have a live drop right now where you can buy them. And they're in their 6,000 to 8,000 tier, so it's about 20 ADA per Politikoz, but it's another 10,000 NFTs, very unique, every one of them, and they're fun, cool characters. Something that I'm really attracted to is the 10,000s and just fun, cool characters, but also adding in a spin of something like a lottery or a game. And they have a game where your Politikoz, whatever their experience is and how much they're worth or their power in the political realm, essentially, if you get elected, you win ADA. So for holding them, you have a chance to win ADA. Now, that's another great reason to hold them, and for people to have the really rare ones, make scarcity, puts demand in the marketplace, and just another reason why I think holding these 3 projects is going to do you well long term. Now, I have DEADPXLz, and I have a really rare one, and guess what it's listed for on the marketplace? It's listed for 42,000 ADA right now, because that's where I believe we can see these things go. I'm not even kidding. It's listed for 42,000 ADA because that's where I believe in the next year or 2, we can see these things skyrocket too. There's so much demand and there's so much people coming into the space looking for things. And once smart contracts come around, I really do believe we're going to see an explosion, an implosion of NFT buys and NFT marketplace sales. This is just the beginning. In a month, we've had millions of ADA being traded on a single marketplace, but imagine where we're going to be after smart contracts. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you found it helpful. I'm going to be putting a lot more NFT videos on the channel because I've really been enjoying NFTs. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys today. If you want to view your NFTs, quick tip before we go to pool.pm, paste in your receiving address to this search bar, and you're going to be able to see all your NFTs there. That's the best way to view them, or use an AMI wallet. And I hope you guys have a great day. Peace out, my friends.